What's going on, you guys? Like I said, I ain't been doing videos for a while or whatever, cause I ain't been getting a lot of, I'm new at this and everything. I ain't been getting a lot of views and shit like that. So about um certain boxers and stuff like that, I really don't consider myself as a boxing channel. I consider myself as a sports channel, anybody's channel. I'm just a regular guy. Now, I do talk about a lot of boxing. I do talk about a lot of basketball, football, and sports and everything like that. And I do like to hear people comments and stuff. But I have been getting negative comments or whatever, which I don't too much care for. But hey, it is what it is. People got their own opinions. Now I'm gonna say this right here, and a lot of people don't understand the concept of the welterweight landscape, and as far as boxing is concerned. It was a guy by the name of Gray, Gray Matter. He wrote an article about Errol Spence Jr., Terrence Crawford, the destruction of the welterweight division. He wrote that article. A lot of people don't like it because, a lot of people is Errol Spence Jr. fans, a lot of people Terrence Crawford fans, stuff like that. Me, I split shit down the middle, saying, hey, I like both of them, but I am one of those type of guys that I'm not biased at all. If you fucking up, you fucking up. Errol Spence Jr. came back and limelight, like right after the car crash or whatever, mid part of last year, well, mid part of this year actually, before we go to 2021, which is tomorrow. He said, well, what I want to do is, I want to get back in the ring with the top guys or whatever again, which is Terrence Crawford, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, whoever. That's the top guy. I'm still the king. I'm still the dog in the village. I'm still this. I'm still that. Now, he said that 6 months into it, then we got the pandemic or whatever, which is the COVID-19 came around. So they pushed this match from November the 28th to December 5th against Danny Garcia for the IBF and the WBC unification match. Errol Spence Jr. successfully defended his belts, and he also said to the people that Terrence Crawford said was there ringside and stuff like that or whatever. He pretty much see if Errol Spence Jr. still up to it, because he even said himself, like, I really don't want to be in the ring with Errol unless he 100%, because I don't want no excuses when I do fight him. And Sean Porter said the same thing in the Porter Wade podcast that he got. He said, I didn't want to be in the ring with Errol unless he's unless he's 100%, because thing is, let's say that Errol would have lost against a Terrence Crawford or Sean Porter, it would have been backlash saying that, well, man, he came in too early against these guys, and y'all beat the man up, a crippled man, because he came off a car injury and car crash and all this other stuff. So I can understand that, on a competitive standpoint, but Gray Matter, like I said, he that man right. They made the article and everything like that. And this, what pissed me off with Terrence, well, not Terrence, but what pissed me off with Errol for the line and said, I don't even know why Terrence Crawford even here in Texas. He pretty much was like, that was a slap to the face. A couple days later after that, they put a picture of Terrence and they put a picture of Errol Spence Jr., who's next, because this is PBC putting it up there. This is Errol Spence network put that up there. Fox PBC put that up there, because they said it looked bad, and they wanted to recognize Terrence Crawford as a champion and as a contender. You know what I'm saying, between Manny Pacquiao and Terrence Crawford. Those are two names that's champions right now. Errol Spence Jr. made a video, a little bit over last week, and said, well, directly at the Canelo Alvarez versus Callum Smith match, and said, man, what I really want to do is I want to have a match against either, if I can't get a match against Manny Pacquiao, I want a match against Canelo Alvarez. That's moving up 2 weight classes, bro. You already champion of the welterweight division. So when a lot of people did that, and when he said that, that's when the article got wrote up and said the destruction of the welterweight division. What are my thoughts? I'm going to go ahead and explain it to y'all. Dude's right on it. It is. He's right. It's funny as hell how this is how Errol did it. Errol has lied to the boxing fans, to the real boxing fans. I'm not talking about fanboys. Errol lied to the real boxing fans like us. And the thing is, or whatever, the whole point of boxing is to be the champ. Be unified, to undisputed champion. Fight the legacy fights, fight the fights that's that will draw the most money, which is the top guys in your division. Get the highest paydays, be a cash cow, then retire. That's what boxing all about. Then you pretty much set a legacy for yourself. Errol Spence Jr. and Deontay Wilder was the first Americans that ever said that their opponents. No. I'm going to get on Errol first. Errol Spence Jr. is the first welterweight champion ever said to another champion and another network and said, you hit the wrong, you at the cross street, y'all will never fight you. You never heard Sugar Ray Leonard tell Tommy Hitman Hearns this shit. You never heard Sugar Ray Leonard told, now I can understand with Hagler or whatever. Hagler, they was beating around the bush on their thing or whatever. Until Hagler got to the point that he started to build up his profile. Then Ray Leonard ended up fighting him later, but it is what it is. But they waited about 4 or 5 years to fight too. What pissed me off about the American boxers today, everybody's ducking everybody. Everybody is more of a money grab instead of a legacy fight. For real, it's like everybody, it's like, it's cool to be undefeated, don't get me wrong, but the undefeated record is not really, is your drawing point. The drawing point is the guys you fight. Greatness is who you rub up against. That's what greatness is. And the welterweight division landscape today is Terrence Crawford, Errol Spence Jr., Sean Porter, Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, even the Cuban Dennis Ugas, even the Cuban fighter. They are the top welterweights today. If you're in the welterweight division, you got at least fight at least about 4 of them, at least. That's just like you in the welterweight division, you duck everybody up in that mud, and you're a champion. Then when somebody like a Terrence Crawford come along and beat you, you know how many You know how much shit that you put on Terrence after he beat you and you've been holding on to the belt for so long? You know what I'm saying? The magnitude was built up. So it's like, instead of Terrence Crawford supposed to be fighting 3 fights that year, he got to fight 4 to 5 fights that year if he want to keep his belts. You know? Deontay Wilder did this shit. Deontay Wilder is the first American boxer that ducked a British boxer. Out of 150 years of boxing, he's the first one that does shit like this. Deontay Wilder has put a stranglehold on the heavyweight division for so long, for almost 5 to 6 years, to the point that long come Anthony Joshua, he got to fight every, you know what I'm saying, it was strap season, he whooped everybody that Deontay Wilder didn't want to face. And y'all wonder why he's a top draw. Tyson Fury is the first out of those guys, the Grand Slam champion. You know, what I mean by Grand Slam champion, that means you have every major title in your division without even holding them all together. Tyson Fury has held, and the 4 belts that Anthony Joshua got, the WBO, the WBA, the WBC, you know, no, why not? Well, I'm gonna say it like this or whatever. The belts that Joshua got is the IBF, WBO, IBO, and WBA. Tyson Fury held those belts against Vladimir Klitschko, lost them, came back 2.5 years later, beat Deontay Wilder, got the WBC and the Ring Magazine belt that he got now. So that was all the belts in the division. And then on top of that, he's lineal champion. You know, he's a guy that never been beaten for those belts. So he's walking around, you know, lineal champion, lineal champion, lineal champion. So when the Joshua fight Tyson Fury, that's going to be one of the highest paydays that he ever had. You know, Deontay Wilder is to a point that I guess he don't care. You know what I'm saying? He's living the best time his career, because hey, that part of his life, you know, that was the highest payday he ever had, which is like $4 to $5 million. That was the highest payday he ever had in his career. He made pennies for so long and fighting low level opposition to the point that, you know, you know what I'm saying, that was, you know what I'm saying, everybody else's best was for the taking. You know, in the heavyweight division. Now, the welterweight division, I'm pretty much through, because that's a fight, you know what I'm saying, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence Jr., that's a fight that lost its luster. I'm saying it lost its luster. It's like, you know, you can't sit there and wait, you know what I'm saying, like how Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather did. Two people got to keep winning that's in the same division for a fight to be red hot. Errol Spence Jr. is going to get to the point that he's going to cash out. He's going to fight either Manny Pacquiao. You know what I'm saying? He's not even for legacy anymore. He's for who's the biggest payday. He'd rather go up and wait to fight a Canelo Alvarez, get beat, and walk away from the sport of boxing. Your career is going to be the most questioned career in boxing history. If you don't fight these Ugas, Terrence Crawford, and Manny Pacquiao, your career is going to be one of those flash in the pan careers that a fighter had all his potential and ducked the main fight that was supposed to be in his main competition, his main nemesis, and it's gone. Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua was supposed to be one of the highest fights back in 2017, 2018. That was supposed to be one of the highest fights. Both of them was undefeated. They both were champion. And that part was supposed to happen back in 2018, 2019. And it's gone. That luster is gone. Anthony Joshua got beat by Andy Louise, and Deontay Wilder got beat by Tyson Fury. And it's gone. If we fight him, it's one of those things that he's just gonna be a contender. That's it. And most contenders just want to take a payday. Some of them don't even be hungry. But that's my thoughts, man. You know what I'm saying about Errol Spence. Errol Spence said, well, I'm the king of the welterweight division. But the articles wrote the destruction of the welterweight division. This is a bad way. Anytime when somebody say they're the king and of a division that's being destroyed, who are they talking about? Just like this situation. I'm a captain of this ship, but the ship has got a missile hole through it. Somebody had a submarine, shot a missile, and hit that ship. The ship is sinking. And you is bragging about being a captain of a sinking ship. The only reason why, the welterweight division is not active right now is because of Errol Spence Jr. The only reason why the heavyweight division wasn't popping for the last 4 years before Anthony Joshua got there is because of Deontay Wilder. It's the truth. Who want to get behind somebody that ducks? Who want to get behind somebody that talk a lot of shit and then say, man, I don't want to fight him, go ahead and take care of my dirty work? What the fuck? But like I said, man, some people don't want to hear this video, but hey, it's the truth. This your dude, Tommy Hill, getting out.